Class, let's get started with week 2. Our two topics this week are going to be business model and idea generation, and then demand and competition. And then we will walk you through the beginnings of Project 1. And of course, you'll have a reflection. I will tell you in advance, this will be one of the longer screencasts. As I mentioned last week, to get started, these screencasts will be a little bit longer. I'll be explaining things in a bit more detail as you get used to the pattern of the course. And this one in particular this week has Project 1, your first reflection, your first discussion boards, or at least discussion boards in groups. So I'll be going through those in detail to try to make sure you are comfortable with our standard week-to-week assignments. So let's start with business model and idea generation. Your assignment for this will be case-based. So if you click on the case of the online business part 1, that will bring up a Word document with the case in it for this week, or for this assignment, I should say. And this is just going to walk you through a situation where students are considering starting a business and what do they need to consider. And it will give you the basis for the remainder of the assignment, where you will open a Word document, you will make a recommendation, pretend that you're the fourth member of this group of students, and then just follow here the instructions of what you need to include in that document. If you are interested, there are additional resources, and there are some really good, these are very helpful. Let me put it this way. These are helpful if you're trying to come up with a business idea. These first two links are very helpful. This third link is very fascinating. Russell Brunson and his secret magic box. Russell Brunson is very, very successful in online business. I will tell you that his secret magic box doesn't provide a lot of value in online business, and in my personal opinion, that catches up to you. This is good to show the potential and the power of online business. But I think really to be successful in the long run, you've got to provide a little bit more value than what he does in that video. But it's a good start, and again, it's very demonstrative of the potential of online business, what you can accomplish with an online business. So that first assignment is just a Word document. Follow the instructions on what you need to include and go ahead and submit, and just that Word document will be required. For most of our assignments, as we're starting off, you'll need a Word document and an Excel spreadsheet, but for that one, it's just a Word document. Then you'll have a discussion board based on that. We touched on this a little bit in the syllabus, but just as a reminder, you will make your your initial post on essentially why you agree or disagree with the discussion board post. So there will be a set post on there for you to read in each discussion board. This is the post for the first discussion board. So you'll read this, and then you will respond and explain whether you agree or disagree. There is no right or wrong answer. You can agree or disagree. As with many things in this course, we're not looking for a right or wrong answer, but we're looking for the way you consider a problem, or how you're analyzing it, or whether you're willing to sort through some of the different sides to the debate or discussion. Ensure that your post is significant, meaning that it contains information that contribute, and it's at least 4 substantial sentences. Then, by midweek, you'll need to reply to at least 2 classmates and follow that same model. The posts need to be significant. You need to be kind and considerate. That doesn't mean you can't disagree. But we will follow these rules for every discussion board. Every discussion board is set up just about the same until week 14, when we're all posting final projects and showing our businesses, and even those will adhere to most of these guidelines. So that will be your first assignment and discussion board. The second assignment is going to take a little bit more time. Your first assignment is fairly straightforward. Your second assignment will really have three parts. One, you need to create an AdWords account, or they call it Google Ads now. And these videos walk you through that. Inevitably, there's a handful of students that aren't able to create a Google Ads account or get to the Keyword Tool Planner, which is a tool within Google Ads. The challenge is typically, one, you may need to create your own email for this course, or for your business, your own Gmail account. Gmail is a free service, and so you can create, I've created many Gmail accounts for this course, and it's a fairly simple process, but you may need to create a new Gmail account to help you get into Google Ads and follow these instructions. So either students need to do that, or sometimes they just miss watching these videos. I highly recommend these videos, as they will walk you through how to create a Google Ads account. Google is trying to push you into a paid service, and we will do that later on in the course. We will purchase Google Ad services and actually use it, but to get to the Keyword Tool Planner, you do not need to purchase Google Ads yet, and that's what these videos walk you through. Is there's a workaround to get to that. The second part of this assignment, you will download the case study part 2. It's the same group, and it will look like the same format as the one I showed you before. And then you walk through and in a Word document, give your recommendation and support your recommendation. The third part is a spreadsheet, and you will list 10 keywords for snowboards and 10 keywords for chess. You will list them in the format demonstrated here in the sample spreadsheet. So you download the sample spreadsheet, list those 10 keywords for snowboards and for chess in the same format they have listed here. And then you'll write down the competition level and the monthly searches. That comes from the Keyword Tool Planner. That's why it's so important to gain access, because the Keyword Tool Planner will show you for each of your keywords what the level of competition is and what the monthly searches are. Last important thing on this assignment, these monthly searches should be exact number of searches rather than a range. This video will show you how to do that, but in essence you need to download the data to get exact searches rather than a range. And so sometimes students will submit a keyword for snowboards. We'll say I'm trying to think of the snowboard gear I'm familiar with. The snowboard boots. And forgive my ignorance in snowboarding. It's been a while. But we'll say one of the keywords people are searching for are snowboard boots. And the level of competition on that is going to come back from Google as fairly high, because it's a popular industry, so the competition level you mark as high. And then the monthly searches at times will present on the Keyword Tool Planner as 1,000 to 5,000. But we don't want that range, we want an exact number. So if you download the data, you can get the exact number. So those are some things to remember about this assignment. Creating that Google Ads account is important. We're going to use the Keyword Tool Planner all the time in this class. So you'll want to get access to that. If you have trouble with those steps, let me know. As I mentioned, most students will be able to follow those videos. Sometimes you need to create a new Gmail account to be able to get that. The discussion board for demand and competition will follow the same format as business model and idea generation discussion board, so I won't go through that in detail. And then this week we'll have Project 1. As I mentioned in the syllabus video, Project 1 is our most time intensive. Sometimes Project 2 because you're actually creating and launching the website, but Project 1 is quite time intensive. I used to post a separate video on this, but I will not, because the course has posted a very helpful video here which walks you through in detail, tab by tab, how to do this project. So I won't post that video anymore because they've gone in great detail into these videos, and they do a great job. But in essence, you will download this spreadsheet, and it comes with the following tabs. Please note that there are multiple tabs. Some students have turned in just the brainstorming tab because that's the first one that pops up, and usually the one that takes the most time, and then leaving these blank. That will not lead to a successful project. But in essence here, you are coming up with business ideas. Don't be afraid to put ridiculous ideas or far-fetched ideas, but go ahead and put the ideas that you would like to see in a business. And then you will go through and fill in the rest of these using the Keyword Tool Planner and other tools online. And it's a really neat spreadsheet because at the end of the day, it will pop out a recommendation for you that says, here's your top ranked idea. You don't have to choose your top ranked idea, but this will help you consider the different sides of that. If you already have a business idea, some of you have reached out to me and said, hey, I already have an idea coming into this course, can I do this? The answer is yes. Just make sure you fill out this spreadsheet as if you did not have an idea, as if you were coming up with an idea. It's a great process to go through, and it shows you what you should be considering when you look at forming other businesses. But ultimately, you can choose the one you had in the back of your mind coming into the course, but go ahead and go through this process anyway. I recommend you get started quickly on that. That will not be due this week. That will be due later on in the semester. We'll have a couple weeks to work on that, and I believe it's week 4 where that will be due. So it's great to start on that now. Then finally, your reflection. You will turn in a weekly reflection in this course. And what you will need to do is set up a blog on a website. If you already have a website on Blogger or Wix, or some of you will use the BYU Idaho blogging software, any of that is fine as long as I have open access to it. A lot of students struggle with WordPress because WordPress seems to password protect their content a little bit more frequently, and I don't have free access to it. I need to be able to access the blog at any time, but beyond that, I don't really mind where you post this. It just needs to be 1, posted online, and then 2, you'll copy and paste the actual post into this assignment. You will do this every week, and it will look back on what you have learned this week. So this is not meant to be a time-intensive assignment. It should be fairly straightforward. You can share your thoughts from the week, what you've learned, and submit it, and I'll go through and read that. But you can really post on a pre-existing blog as long as you clearly indicate that these posts are for Marketing 250, or you can create a new blog for free on Wix, Blogger, any of those platforms. And this will walk you through in a little bit more detail. Really, it needs to be 150 words in length minimum. That's kind of the key here that students will stumble on sometimes. But make sure you hit at least 150 words of thoughtful and substantive, I think, are the key words in your post. So that is it for week 2. After a simple week 1, we dive right into week 2. The course certainly doesn't hold back. It's a very demanding week, but it will introduce you to the pattern of the course and get you started early on into Project 1.